In every village, there are stories whispered in fear, but none more chilling than the tale of a man who did the unthinkable, a man who laughed at funerals. They warned him the spirits were watching, but Kofi didn't listen. And what happened next shook the entire village. The village of Ngeru was quiet that morning, the kind of quiet that pressed heavily on the chest, as if even the wind feared to disturb it. Yet, in the heart of this somber village lived a man named Kofi, known not for his kindness, nor his courage, but for a laugh so loud it could pierce the sky. Kofi laughed at everything. He laughed at the marketplace, he laughed at the elders' advice, he laughed at the children's games. But the one place where laughter was forbidden, where even the wind seemed to hold its breath, was at funerals. One fateful day, the village mourned the passing of Mama Ayo, a beloved grandmother whose hands had woven baskets for decades and whose voice had sung lullabies to generations. The entire village gathered under the great baobab tree, candles flickering like tiny stars, drums echoing the sorrow in low, steady beats. As the elders spoke, tears glimmering in their eyes, Kofi stood at the back. And then, without warning, a chuckle escaped his lips. A soft, almost shy sound at first. But soon, it grew louder, rolling across the gathered crowd like a stone skipping over a river. Must you laugh?" whispered Oma, a young girl clutching her mother's hand. Kofi turned, his eyes wide as if he had not realized the enormity of what he was doing. I just remembered something funny," he stammered. But the elders' stern faces silenced him. The next day, strange things began to happen. Kofi awoke to find the village animals staring at him with cold, unblinking eyes. Chickens refused to enter his yard, goats scattered when he approached, and even the wind seemed to shift away from him. Worried, Kofi went to Elder Ni, the wisest man in the village. The elder's eyes narrowed as he listened to Kofi recount his troubles. "You have angered the spirits, Kofi," Elder Ni said gravely. "Laughing at sorrow is no small offense. Funerals are sacred. They are the bridge between this world and the next." Kofi's stomach churned. What must I do?" he asked, fear creeping into his voice. "You must journey to the spirit of the baobab," Elder Ni replied, "and seek forgiveness. Only then will the village's peace and your own be restored." With a heavy heart, Kofi set out. He walked through forests that whispered secrets, crossed rivers that shimmered with ghostly reflections, and climbed hills that seemed to sigh beneath his feet. Finally, beneath the largest baobab he had ever seen, a voice echoed, deep and hollow. "Kofi, why do you laugh at grief?" I did not mean to disrespect," Kofi said, bowing low. "I only could not hold it in. I am sorry." The spirit of the baobab remained silent for a long moment. Then, the ground trembled slightly, and the spirit spoke again. "True remorse comes not just from words, but from deeds. You must show the village that your laughter can heal, not harm." Kofi nodded, understanding at last. He returned to Ngeru, humbled and quiet. That evening, he helped the villagers prepare the next funeral with care, carrying baskets, tending fires, and comforting the grieving. When the time came, he spoke not a word of laughter, only gentle words of respect. But when the morning had passed, and the villagers had gone home, Kofi quietly smiled. Not a laugh that mocked sorrow, but a smile that carried warmth, a reminder that even the heaviest grief can be softened by the heart that truly understands. From that day onward, Kofi's laughter became a gift. He would laugh with the villagers in joy, in games, in celebration, but never again at sorrow. And the spirits, pleased with his change, blessed him and the village with peace. And so, Kofi learned what many forget, that respect, humility, and compassion are the bridges between the living and the spirits who walked before us. In every action we take, we leave footprints. So let your footprints be gentle. Let your heart be humble. And let your laughter heal, never harm. Thank you for watching this story. If it touched your heart, don't leave without joining our family. Like, share, and subscribe for more timeless African wisdom brought to life.